That's what kills me about people going after BDS. Should be able to do what the hell you want with your money.
I think that if we were to do no social media for a day, I don't know if it could ever happen, but I'm just saying if it did, not only, this is not just a message to white people, as many people would think. This is a message to black actors and actresses, hip-hoppers, the ones who don't mind making money on us, but won't take a stand with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's. I find that very troublesome. That's
a whole other thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people supporting Jay-Z, that's great. He's a great artist.
Mm-hmm.
He's not supporting us because his mentality, like so many others, is that they made theirs. And he has the right to that. He can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's so necessary that we actually show that we know our value,
mm-hmm.
and that we're going to withhold that thing of value so that it profits us
mm-hmm.
for a change. For a change.
I think something like that could work. If you want to do it, I'll push you with Actify. I mean, we talk to the ADOS community and say, hey, what if we did stand down? What would happen?
I just say pick a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pick a day, like 2 months.
I say let's look at the analytics of the different sites.
Mm-hmm.
Pick the day that has the highest number.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the day that we choose not to engage at all. Let's face it, as Black people, our lives are pretty busy.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to go into withdrawal.
Without social media, absolutely.
We're not going to go into withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun thing. It's a nice escapism. When we're pushing our agendas, it's a great thing, but we're not going to fall apart.
Mm-mm.
However, social media is about money.
Absolutely.
Okay? Whatever we may think, for those big-time influencers, for Jack, it's about money.
Mm-hmm.
Since money is all they understand, what if there was a day where no one interacted? And I'll go a step further. What if there was a day when I've already done it, when no one says the word Bernie? Don't argue about him. Don't even say his name. Let them rail at you, but do not engage his name. Watch that. Watch that. If you don't say his name, because I don't know if you know this, I don't say his name that much because it hurts me.
Mm-hmm. If
you don't say his name, the engagement for Bernie, those numbers go down
mm-hmm.
sharply. Sharply. And you can bet they're paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that he's down 12% or 10%, that's not a surprise to me.
It's not a surprise to me either. This is looking bad. I mean, Biden dropped a few points because of his gaffe in the last debate, but I don't see that as a problem. I don't think that's gonna last. I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's something that's temporary. It'll go back up. This 10-point gap is too wide. It's much wider than it should be.
It's September. The gap is wide.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I don't understand why they're not making a move. And the other thing with Bernie is that he doesn't depend on big donors. So this is not an issue for him, right? Yeah, I can see if you were depending on big Wall Street donors who don't want to see us power up, but he's not depending on Wall Street. He's depending on small donors across the country. Maybe that's his fear, but even that, I don't see that as the issue. I don't at all. I don't at all. I think, yeah, I don't know. I've had it pretty much with the campaign. Their recalcitrance of their campaign, the insensitivity and inability to to not turn into Clinton's people, Bernie supporters, because they have really turned into Hillary's folks, really, especially when it comes up with this.
Yeah, and isn't that troubling?
Mm-hmm. They've really become Bernie bros.
And the reason for that, there's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
From what I'm seeing, I can't say what your engagement's like, but from where I'm sitting, the reason that there is this likeness is because the word progressive has been co-opted by the HRC people.
Yep.
And they brought that energy, which is rather unpleasant. The Deborah Messings, it's very unpleasant.
Mm-hmm. Very unpleasant. But burners are doing the same goddamn thing.
It's the constant bullying. They're bullies. Mm-hmm. And then now they're saying they're progressives, and now you have progressives saying, I think I'm going to drop this name progressive because this has been co-opted. And there's nothing progressive about their platform. They just want to win. And the DNC will take anything. I believe the DNC would take over ADOS if they thought they could win.
Mm-hmm.
If they could muzzle us and take over ADOS, they would. And they're trying.
Oh, yeah, they're
trying.
Don't
kid yourself. It's not the GOP who's saying, ADOS so terrible. It's the DNC.
Yeah, the GOP doesn't give a shit about ADOS. The DNC, the GOP doesn't give a shit. They don't give a shit either way. They don't give a shit where our votes go.
You know who you should talk to? You know who you should talk to?
Who's that?
Isaiah Washington. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, the actor, yeah.
You need to talk to him. He's a huge supporter of ADOS.
Okay. Heard he's a Trump supporter, too. Is that true?
Yes, because the DNC screwed him over. The Democrats have just screwed him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I talked to him. You know,
I try not to judge people on where they are in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of people, especially black men, there's a righteous sense of rage.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you know, and I'm probably going to put that picture of him when he's getting arrested in Chicago. You know, where is he now?
Well, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That photograph says so much about who he was and what he did.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Mm-hmm. Where is this Bernie? Mm-hmm.
And has he been gone for a while, or it was just on this issue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did we only just notice that he's gone because of this issue? Or has he been gone for a while? I don't know. So many things that he is saying I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
So many things he's doing I agree with. For him to draw a line in the sand on me,
mm-hmm.
on my family,
mm-hmm.
I don't understand why that line is being drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
This has been Talk to MG with Michael Graham and my special guest, Carla from the Northeast. Thank you so much for coming on, Carla. It's been a great conversation. There's a lot of food for thought here, and I'm all right on it.
Well, I apologize if I've taken you into another place.
No, but it's a necessary place. It's a necessary place.
It's just, this is a very big issue, Michael. Thank you so much for asking me to speak.
Okay, Carla, thanks again. Be in touch with you soon. Hopefully this won't be the last time we talk.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks for listening to Talk to MG. You can find my writing at actifypress.com under Michael Graham, and you can track me down on Twitter at MG_returns. Thanks again for listening. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. That's really important for the show to grow. And please remember you can become a patron at patreon.com/actifypress. Again, patreon.com/actifypress.